When I do break it loose, it'll pop down, but not too much. In fact, a little lower than that. Stop. Now, what I'm gonna do, get a big old sledgehammer. This is how I remove ball joints. Look, come here. Right there, you wanna hit them on the side. That will shock the bolt and it will release it.
Morning, YouTube family. I'm hanging out in the living room, watching some TV, waking up with some coffee, trying to get motivated.
Check it out. Up we go, baby. The spring, still has some tension on it. That's still dangerous when it comes to working on cars. Yeah, quick tip.
I took the TV out of the cabin and brought it in here. I figured it might be a little more entertaining out here. Oh, while I'm chillaxing on my couch. So I scored me a pretty nice little love seat that I stuffed in here. It's taking up a whole lot of my porch. But it's very comfy and it works out pretty well where it's at. I gotta do something else with my 2 bags of clothes that I have here. They're actually clean clothes and bags. I gotta work out the clothes situation eventually, but that's kind of my walk through here. And we got my little living room area with the bar. Actually very nice right here by the bar. And you got the TV. We also have this chair here with a little room here where you can also see the TV. I need to do something right here. I don't know, maybe build a cool little table or something. I don't know. We got plenty of bar room though. And a couch. I tell you, I almost fall asleep on this couch some nights after work and a shower. Went ahead and put some temporary walls up for now. As you can see, I've done a lot of framing all across the top here, in the middle there, all the way across the bottom, and then that top one goes all the way out to that wall over there. Then you go down a couple tiers, or one tier. You got the chair here, another tier, got the wood stove, which we've kind of framed up around that too. Got us a nice bar over here. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this area down here exactly. I'm thinking there's gonna be a door here in this wall, a door going out into something, and then you walk out here and we're gonna have a door here. That's why I had this heavy header and this footer down here. Eventually I'm gonna turn this into a solid door, and we're gonna have us another bar like that one there, right here, in between here. I don't know. That'll work out for something, for sure. If anything more than just looks. This place is turning into a nice little comfy area. I can imagine when it cools off some and we get this worked out and lighted up, we're gonna have some heat in here. Nice warm, just living area. You see how I have that header going all the way out, all the way across. We're really strengthening these walls for, you know, to hold quite a bit of weight when I start adding a bunch of wood to it. For now, since winter's sneaking up on us, at least fall, I definitely want walls up, so we don't have a whole lot of breeze coming through. So I did go ahead and add some tarps. As far as shelves and bars, I mean, I just want as many shelves and bars. One for my artwork, two for just everything I'm doing, cooking and the stuff I do. I mean, this is really starting to feel like a little apartment. I love it. But I have places to put stuff where it's not all just like I moved the coffee maker yesterday. It was sitting there and it's just all this. I spend so much time here. It's just become such a cluster. And I really need to build like some nice little trays for a lot of the stuff that I use a lot. And it's just up there piled in a pile. But I love the shelves and stuff. So I can just hang out and look at my art, come up with other ideas. And some of them I'm actually coming up with ideas to actually fix them. Like this one's got this freaking crack. So I'm always looking at this, coming up with ideas how I'm gonna make this. Fix that crack and just make it special. I'm thinking about actually using some sheet copper to fix up some of these cracks. I'm just letting it sit and dry all the way. It's getting there. But I love having these just inside on shelves so I can look at them and think of other ideas that I might want to do in the future of carving. One of the first ones I made. We got some other spots, you know, showcase stuff. This is going to be like a freaking art showroom eventually. Got some other stuff up here. This is what I'm really digging, is the birdhouse stash boxes. I love stash boxes, so that's what I'm gonna be doing a lot of in the future. Crack cabin upon the hill, I think I named it. I don't remember. Also a stash box. You can see in there. I love it. Hinge roofs. I also love these type of stash boxes too, with little feet. I definitely want to do more of these. That is just so cool. Just a cool little freaking stash box there. I definitely want to get back into some carving pretty soon. I figure this bar beside the wood stove there, that's going to be great this winter when I'm putting finish on projects. And I can just kind of put them up near the heat and let them dry, because during the winter it's going to take forever for this finish to dry. So I think that shelf will really come in handy there. Possibly even the other shelf over there that's a little further away from the heat. That might be a good little drying spot too. You know, when I have the wood stove cooking. I've been planning on adding boards like this in here to really pretty this up and decorate it. I put a couple boards up here, like 2 boards, and it looked really good with just a square. That way you can feed the wood stove and clean it and everything from this side. But I need some shorter screws, because the screws I have, they're just too long. I mounted this board and I was like, I just gotta wait till I get some shorter screws. So I need like some 1.5 inch screws and some 2 inch screws. So I'm definitely waiting to re-up. Just like this tarp wall back here with the headers, that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm framing up all of where I want walls, adding headers, so I kind of get an idea of where my walls are, and then I'm just going to temporarily put up tarps until I can mill wood for the wall boards. Right now, I'm just milling the thick boards on a thick board mission just to frame up the headers of walls and everything. I added a header up here. There's a really strong support for the peak there. Then I added this long board here. That's the header from my wall there. That's gonna separate the living area here from the porch area and the fire pit area out there. So I am eventually planning on framing up a door here to go in and out, and a wall. That way it's enclosed, so I can leave the door open when I want to. When it's really cold at night, I can shut that door. Let me see. I brought this board over here and laid it yesterday. Oh man, I was dead tired by the time I brought this over here. But the same thing here, I'm planning on putting a header up here across the garage door, adding a post, adding a wall, adding a door here, and closing this, which is also gonna end up probably with a white tarp for a little while. So that is stuff I definitely need. Tarps, screws. So if anybody wants to help brother out and move faster, if you can, thank you so much. If you want to hook a brother up with some screws, tarps, whatever, they're all on my wish list. Not really asking, but it'll help me move along faster with help, because when I'm doing it myself, I just do it month by month and buy what I need every time I get paid, you know, just to get through. I just put what I need the most first, purchase that, and then the things that are secondary to that, they just wait until the next month. I don't know how much air it's gonna let in and out, but I really want to leave this window open here for my bird feeder. So I'm gonna put a header going across here, probably pretty far out to that corner. Have a header going across here. Then I'm gonna create a door for the ATV eventually, where I can shut it and close it and open it, lock it, etc, you know, all of that. Planning on closing that off, having that a wall. Possibly, I don't know, I've been really enjoying walking through here, but once I have my wood stove pipe coming out, that's kind of gonna be blocked off. So I was thinking about building two, actually three walls. One enclosed for, I don't know, I might just leave that whole thing open. Cover the back wall, of course, but leave this open. That way heat will also come out into the garage, because I'm planning on having all this closed in pretty much. Man, lots of plans for the old super shelter. The big old poplar tree. Man, I milled the crap out of it. Finally, it is done, man. It is done, and I am glad to say that I can move on to a different tree. We got a couple boards out here that I need to take in and use and put them somewhere. We got this big old bad boy, 16 footer. As you can see, I've done milled all I can mill out of this tree. I mean, every bit of it. Got a couple extras here. Board here is kind of cracked. I was going to use that for that bar top, and it cracked on me. A little shorty there. A couple boards down here. That one wasn't quite as long because that thing started bowing so bad on me. But they're super thin now. They're just pretty much siding. Now that tree is finished. So that's the second poplar tree so far in this build, as far as the 3-tier deck, framing up all the walls, and headers and all of that. We tore that tree up. If I really wanted to, I could actually get another board out of that. Possibly even that one, I could get another board if I really wanted to. More than likely, we moving on to the next tree. But it's pretty cool. I just turned these 2 trees into a freaking 3-tier deck. Getting some walls up. A lot of cleanup, but like I said, a lot of this will get used for siding and stuff, so just kind of leaving them up off the ground. I need to pick a lot more of them, of this stuff up, pile some of this stuff up. I am happy to say that the chickens are not coming in through here anymore. They haven't bothered me at all, but I do still have this little hole right here that I need to fix. My tarp did not quite go as far this way. I guess I could have started from here and went that way, but I didn't, so I gotta patch this up with a piece of something here, add a couple boards in it. Not sure about a door here. I just have this tarp pretty secure here. Got it screwed on the bottom there. So I have it where this part will it's just a flat. I'll probably add a piece of wood to the side to kind of weigh it down where it's just hanging. Then when you open it, got this board I notched into this oak tree so it would go all the way across. Lots of support. This walk through here, when I do this door, I'm gonna have to add something down here. Eventually I'd like to get another load of gravel and just start filling all of this stuff in with gravel, even raise up parts to make it a little more level. I was also thinking about possibly building another small deck right here, all the way up to that. That would be cool. Also, I'll probably end up doing that once I re-up on some 2x4s and make it a lot easier to frame up. So I got work to do here still. The bar, the door. I'm all right with how the door is for now. When I'm out here milling, I try to stay on track and just do all the same size wood that I need. So right now I'm just kind of framing, doing headers, doing more of the heavy duty supports for walls and everything. And then once I kind of get all of that accomplished everywhere, then I'll go back with another tree. That way I can set the mill to a different thickness and start milling my actual wall boards, where I start actually building my walls, my doors, and my hinge points and all of that with thinner boards. So it just kind of helps me stay organized and not having to think as much about what I'm doing. Just straight up, I ripped that whole tree up with really thick heavy duty boards. Did Ricky's porch, and then the rest of it I've just been framing up in here. There are a lot of other spots that I really want to add those boards. Like also this face board up here, it's been there a very long time. I'm gonna take that down and put a prettier board like these up there, possibly do more shelving. I'm gonna take that one down, that face board, possibly put another strong one up there. That way that roof has got extra support. As you can see, I was playing around and just kind of screwed a board up here to see how it would fit, and it kind of bowed. But that's what I have to do also. I have to remove this stuff, cover this whole ceiling right here over the wood stove with wood. That way it's a less chance of it melting my tarp. Possibly putting wood all the way across over the wood stove and a sheet of metal over it. I work better as I'm going, you know, and so we're gonna work that out very soon once I actually start milling wall boards, thinner boards. I'll start working on that idea, that back wall. We're really gonna enclose this in, make it nice and cozy in here. Oh, and another idea. For this idea, I would need a few, like, greenhouse tarps. I have one on my wish list. I was kind of looking at that idea because as I was working on this back wall, I was planning on making it all wood right here, but I'm also wanting to get into gardening and planting stuff. And back here, my idea for a long time is all this being a garden because it gets great sunlight. I was thinking an awesome freaking idea would be, instead of just making this a full wooden wall, I was thinking about possibly building onto this, just framing something up. I'm not sure the size. I would want it to have the same exact slant and shape as that wall, but building a deck out and actually building a greenhouse attached to the back of the shelter, and then have a door that I can open and close, probably leave open most of the time, because the greenhouse during the day would actually heat up and probably even heat the shelter. So that's another idea I'm having, is just, I ain't gonna go huge, but a decent size greenhouse, maybe the size of that, maybe 10 foot out. I could even go 16 if I wanted to, but just have a nice little greenhouse to plant stuff and grow stuff, protect certain plants during the winter from freezing. So, and then kind of extend the garden out around it, have a door going from inside, have a door on the outside, and then kind of plant a garden around the greenhouse also. All through here gets good sun. So yeah, just more ideas and talk, you know, until we can make it happen. Yesterday, amongst all the work, I kind of started trying to organize my table. I really need to clean all this up, because when it gets cooler, we're definitely going to start doing some cooking videos and stuff again by the fire here. I also think about ideas for my fire pit all the time, like building some kind of grill, barrel grill, possibly even a chimney. I don't know. I definitely have ideas in my head where you could have a fire pit, you could stack a piece on top, and a grate for cooking, and then even add another piece on top with a chimney if you want to. I don't know. I've thought a lot about that. Just not something I've been able to get to yet, but I took my little spice rack down. I really need to clean that up. It's just got fire ash all over it and everything. I got a lot of cleaning to do. Look how dirty that is compared to where that spice rack was. So I really need to wash this table. And then we got this deck. Once I start working on my wall here, we're gonna bring the bathtub over here. That's gonna be really cool, trying to work out how to cut this and sink our bathtub down in it because I really want outside baths. During the summer, it'll be really nice just to have a cool bath fed by natural temperature rainwater. And then during the winter, we can have us a real nice fire out here, fill up the bathtub, heat up the water first. But then once we get that hot, we can have our big pot on the fire with water heating up. That way, when it starts cooling down, we can just pour a hot, big old thing of water in there to keep it warm, you know. But yeah, we got our header up there. So that's just what I've been doing for the past 4 days or so, is just milling and hanging all of these really heavy boards. And I still need more. I want one there. We're gonna put one out here on the garage and frame us up some stuff here. And I really have a whole lot of freaking cleaning to do, man. I've never even used the sinks yet. I still, even after building all that, I just stand there under this jug of water and just wash things as I need it, pretty much. But really, I just hadn't put a video out. It's really hard to record some of this stuff when you're all over the place. You're not really, I don't know, you're just adding a board here, adding a board there, and then I'm doing it by myself. These are very heavy to lift by yourself, and it's pretty tough on you already. So then setting up the camera and all of that, I've tried, and I've just been trying to get it done and get past some of this really heavy stuff, and then I can make videos of the more decorative stuff, like actually building the doors and making the walls. And I still have to work on my gate too. In front of the porch, I pretty much have the whole living area almost enclosed to keep all the chickens and animals out. I mean, of course, I might let the dogs in there whenever, but I just don't want them entering in that zone unexpected without permission. You know, like if it's raining and muddy, I definitely don't want them walking up on in my living space. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of do an update with that. I have some other crazy stuff coming. I definitely want to do some chainsaw carving in the near future. Once I kind of finish hanging this stuff, I have a crazy tree that I need to fell, and it's very dangerous. It's right by my generator shed, and seriously at risk. So one time I was burning a whole lot of stuff out here, and a pile around this tree caught fire. And I think that fire just overheated this tree so bad that it started dying. And this is a very pretty maple tree. I could get some very nice projects carved out of this. Like I really, you know how I showed you my stash boxes with feet or legs. I want to do big ones like that. And I also, most of the time I'm doing boxes, I have it sitting up vertical. I want to lay it down and try making some boxes with feet, like a chest style box. So I have this huge trunk. I think I'm going to do some experimenting with that, possibly even mill a little bit of this for some maple wood projects in the future. But anyway, I've been noticing that on the way down to the generator, this branch fell off, and all of these trees, like this one, is kind of leaning towards the generator shed. If you look at this big one here, the huge one, if you look at the way that's leaning, I mean, it is leaning dead on that shed right there. So if I wait for this to die and fall, that's pretty much exactly where it's gonna fall. So I have to try to get this thing to fall to the side, like away from the generator shed. And it looks like a lot of the weight is going right towards it. So I'm either gonna have to get it to go out that way to avoid it, or like out that way, straight out that way to avoid it. So this is gonna be a pretty risky tree here that I get to cut down in the very near future. And I am ready to get back into some chainsaw carving. So that'll go along well. Also, we got this zip line right here in the way, right by that tree. I know that little one's gonna come this way. So I also have to take the zip line down, put that away. It's not being used anyway, so I might as well take that down, put it away so I don't land a tree on it. But that is an adventure coming quite soon. Also, either later today or tomorrow, something soon. I already opened one because I stole some popcorn out of it, but we got some P.O. box to open. So I'm either gonna do that today, tonight, or tomorrow, or I could get some of this work done and get that out of the way because I got these boards laying around. So I don't know, I might be multitasking. I might just do it all, but I know I'm tired. I slept in. I was very surprised. I slept till like 10, so I know I was wore out because I don't know how late I stayed up. Maybe it was like 2 or something, so I guess I did kind of stay up late. Anyway, I'm rambling. I just wanted to put an update out there and for you guys, let y'all know why I haven't uploaded in like 4 days. I've just been getting it in hardcore, and some things are just hard to make fun, I guess, when you're just all over the place and you can't make, you know, it kind of confuses people when you're just all over the place and you're just like, just let me get this done so we can move on. Anyway, I love you guys. I just wanted to give y'all an update, show y'all my new couch, my living area, my walls, my 3-tier deck coming together. Also, I was thinking about possibly staining the 3-tier deck, sanding and staining it, maybe with like a couple different kinds of stain, maybe to throw it off, create a pattern, maybe even use 3 different colors and then put, you know, like a clear coat over it. I don't know. I'd like to make it fun. It's just getting to it. But once I'm getting real close to being able to sanding all this stuff and making it really pretty, adding some rugs and making it real comfy for this winter. I don't know. Yeah.